What's happening, everyone? What's happening, true art believers? Welcome to another art vlog. I hope you're doing well today, man. It is a late one for me. It's late actually. Oh my gosh, it's almost midnight for me. Decided to do a video. Well, not really decided. I just kind of forced myself, really, kind of forced myself to do a video or to record myself to draw. Actually, no, I didn't force myself. No, yeah, I did. I did force myself. I did force myself. That's kind of like, no, I don't know what's the word. It's not like I'm forcing myself, but I definitely do not feel like drawing. But I know like deep down inside that if I like don't do it, I'm just gonna like feel a little bad or feel like I kind of let myself down. It's kind of weird. Like late at night, I don't feel like drawing. I don't feel like doing much of anything. I think I don't know. Like I think back in the day when I was younger, like I was like the stereotypical like artist night owl. You know, where you just like you're just staying up late working. You know, and now I'm just like I don't want to stay up late and work. I want to get some sleep, bro. I want to get some Z's. But now I'm kind of forcing myself to do these things that I like doing, but sometimes it just feels more like a chore or more like I'm checking off something off of a list. And actually that is what exactly is happening right now is I'm basically checking off something off of a list. For those that don't know what I'm doing, I've been working on George Bridgman's Constructive Anatomy book for quite some time now. I don't know what page. I'm on page 34 of this book. I've been slowly but surely hacking away at it, getting closer and closer to, well, not necessarily the end, but maybe in the middle of this book. And then after I finish it, who knows what's going to happen from there? Maybe I'll do another book. Maybe I'll just like draw anime chicks. Who knows? But here I am. I'm working on like drawing some fingers. I guess they're fingers or whatever. Bony. I'm just drawing the bones of the fingers, and they're very gestural type of bones. But that's okay. But if you know what I'm talking about, man, what am I talking about? Where am I going with this? What am I doing? Anyways, let's just like restart this whole video. How about that? Hey there, true art believers. Welcome to another not live stream. My gosh. Welcome to another art vlog. Here I am working on George Bridgman's Constructive Anatomy book, and let's get cracking. I'm gonna be working on some fingers and maybe some looks like the first dorsal interocerosis. No, I'm working on some fingers, like like an index finger or something like that. But yeah, these like little drawings I'm doing it's more like a chore to me. It's more like I'm just checking off something of a to-do list. And that just kind of, I hate to say it, it just kind of sucks a little bit, it kind of sucks. Like really does suck. I'm kind of there's not a way of saying it. Like it really saps the enjoyment out of doing it. But like I don't know about you, but once you become an adult and you have like a 9 to 5 that isn't like art related. If you don't get an art job and you want to be an artist, right? And you're kind of stuck in this 9 to 5 work. It gets very, very hard to like make work outside of your work. To draw outside of your work. It's really hard. Like really hard. It's so hard because you're tired or whatever. Like you're tired, you got an 8-hour day, and maybe that's a 9, maybe it's a 10-hour day, because maybe it's like a 9-hour day. Maybe you have a 30-minute commute each day, like it's a 30-minute commute, right? So you have like a 9-hour day, right? And you take out 8 hours, because let's assume that you just try to get 8 hours of sleep, so that is what is that? 9 plus 8, that's 24. No, that's 17 hours, right? 17 hours minus 24, right? Man, I gotta write this down. 17 hours minus 24, that gives you 7 hours, right? 7 hours? 17 minus 24? Well, gives you 17 hours, I'm assuming. I'm trying to do math where I'm drawing at the same time and also trying to do math and draw and talk at the same time, all the while being in a slight sleep deficit. So you got like 7 hours. You take away like a couple hours of that. Like maybe you gotta eat dinner. Maybe you got do some chores when you get home, right? And you don't have, you maybe have like 4 hours when all is said and done, right? But let's just assume that we're talking about like, we're not even talking, let's be real though. Like, let's be real. Like right now, everyone's not working 8 hours. People are working like overtime, dude. People are working overtime. They're putting in 10, 12 hours a day just to make do, right? So you're not putting in 8 hours. You're putting in like 12 hours minus, you subtract 12, and then you take out 8 hours of sleep, and bam, you're at 20 hours. You have 4 hours of free time, bro. What are you gonna do with the 4 hours of free time? Well, you got dinner, you got some chores to do. Maybe then after that, maybe you got a shower. I don't know. Maybe you work at a job that's really dirty. Maybe you get dirty at the work at your job, right? So really, you only have like 2 hours. And after that 2 hour, after working all day and doing all these other things, and you have 2 hours to do whatever you want to. 2 hours of fun time, really. You might like drawing. You really might like drawing. You might like painting. You might like writing. You might like playing the piano. You might like composing music. You might like doing lots of things. But you have 2 hours to do those things, and where's the energy? Like you're about to clock out for the day, right? You gotta have a little bit of like a slow decline to the day, right? You just don't just keep going. You just don't keep going. That's kind of weird though. When I think about that, like you see all these like influencers talking about like, oh, I gotta become more efficient and use my time more effectively. And they talk about how like get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Do they still talk about that? I remember for a brief minute, like years ago, they were like talking about, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And basically what they're saying is like, you just go to bed early. That's all it is. Like, and I'm crushing a day. Now, here's what I would say. Like, how about this? I would be impressed. Like, I go to bed at 1 a.m. in the morning and I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, first off, that's crazy. That's like zero sleep. I'm impressed by individuals that can work on zero sleep. That I really am. That is impressive. Me personally, I don't like that. I don't like getting zero sleep. I like getting lots of sleep. In fact, I would like to get more than 8 hours of sleep. I feel like I've been running on a deficit of sleep forever. So whenever I get like more than 8 hours of sleep, it is glorious. It is magical. It is a magical thing. It's a magical thing, that's for sure. It's magical. But yeah, I've been getting no sleep. And so, long story short, this video is just me checking off my to-do list and basically saying, hey, let's get a little bit of drawing in, and maybe something else. I don't know. Maybe I get better or not. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't get better. Sometimes I feel like I do. Well, I think this finger's done. Let's go ahead and, I think maybe I have some room right here. Maybe. I think I got a little bit of room right here. I can kind of like work in the inside the corner here. We'll do that. We'll work inside this corner here. But, yeah, it's just, checking off that checklist, man. And that can be it's not fun sometimes. Let's just put it this way. I love art, but sometimes, man, life just sucks the art out of you, It really does. It's like, so like when people, this sucks the art. It just sucks the art out of you, man. Life sucks the art out of you because you have like no energy. It's just so weird. It's so weird. You hear all these people and these podcasts and these these influencers, these people, are they machines? Are they just making up a front? But like, I feel like I listen to some of these individuals and they're like, man, you got to rise and grind. You wake up, you go do your 9 to 5, and then you come home and do your second job. I'm like, do you have any other things to do than to work? Like, do you get any other enjoyment? Like, do you have hobbies? Do you like to fish at all? Nope. I just got to go to work to my second job, and then after that, I have a small third job that is like 2 hours before I go to bed. I have a third job. No, I digress. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. I'm just a person that's kind of ranting at 12 o'clock at night, just kind of trying to get a little bit of drawing in, and if it turns out well, great. If it doesn't, that's just yeah. If it turns out great, good. If it doesn't, oh well. I'm not gonna fret over it. I used to be one of those guys that frets over. Wait a second. I think I'm messing up this drawing here. I think I'm messing it up. I don't know. I used to be one of these individuals that always like fret over like making mistakes. Now I'm just like meh. All right. Well, we're working on an index finger. This is supposed to be like some bones. I'm assuming this line that this artist George Bridgman drew here is supposed to represent some sort of ligament. There's no like information pointing towards that, but I'm just assuming it's a ligament of some sort. And here we are, just going to draw like these outer lines here. They're supposed to signify like the outside skin of the finger, I guess. That's what I'm surmising at the moment. Yeah, so here I am, just kind of getting this drawing. Just doing a little bit of drawing here. One thing I'm kind of excited about right now, actually, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm cleaning up my studio. Because I've been like getting a hankering. I've been wanting to do some paintings, but I don't have the room to do paintings anymore because my studio is literally, it's like clogged. It's become claustrophobic. It's in the basement, and I don't know about you, but if you have an unfinished basement, a basement tends to become like this auxiliary like storage place, right? And that's what the basements become. It has become this storage for everything that we don't use or use very, very, very rarely. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it feels like whenever you don't occupy a space or a space that you don't visit often, what tends to happen with that space is it tends to become like this area that you just store things. You just throw things in there. And it's kind of weird how that happens. Like, so like my basement has become like this area where I just kind of toss things down there, and it looks exactly like how it sounds. It's become like a storage place. Yeah, you ever been to like old friends' houses that maybe this is just me. Like, I've always been to like old friends' houses that the parents had. Like, the parents had a basement. It was unfinished, and it was just full of stuff. Like the main floor is clear, but everything in the basement, they put everything in the basement. And so the main floor is clear, but the basement, man, was packed. I've always had a few friends like that. And I don't know if that's just like the thing that people do, or maybe I'm just the weird one that had a lot of friends that use the basement as like this giant like storage unit, because it's like you just essentially put that stuff down there. It's like out of sight, out of mind type of mentality, and so that's what my basements become. Like, I used to have a gym down there, like a power rack and all the cool stuff, and it just got like, I stopped working out down there, and all of a sudden, like, the whole studio kind of fell apart. Like, the whole studio, like, I can't get to my easel, I can't get to my paints, I can't get to anything really. It's kind of sad. It really is kind of sad, like, makes me a little sad inside. So I think one of the things I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start going out down in the basement and just spending a few minutes down there every day and cleaning things up. And I want to get that studio open. I need to get that studio back in business. I need to get it back in like shape. I need to get my studio back. I need to paint because I'm feeling like a part of me is gone. You know, I really do. Like, doing these videos and drawing late at night is like a chore to me. So is painting from time to time. But like paintings, when you finish a painting, or you finish when you finish a painting, man, there is like a sense of satisfaction that is like none other, because you've created this thing. It's a big tangible thing. Like when you do a drawing on a piece of paper, it doesn't feel very substantive. It's just like it's this thin piece of paper, you know, feels brittle. Like the drawing's cool and all, but like when you paint on a piece of canvas, it's got like some weight to it. You really feel like you created something from beginning to end. And a lot of times I did, because I would make the canvases that I was painting on. So there was to some extent, I did create the whole painting from top to bottom. And so there's something satisfying about it. Man, I just feel a little empty about that. Like I just feel like I go down there, I'm like, man, I just need to paint a little bit, or do something, or make some paintings, or I feel like ideas are escaping me, or like paintings that haven't been made yet. But then again, you know, like what are you gonna do? Like if you're working a regular job like me, man, like, right, like where are you gonna where's the time for that? Like there's not enough time. Like, yeah, you could say, well, there's 24 hours a day. Yeah, I get that. There is 24 hours a day. I will give you the 24 hours a day thing. But, you know, let's just take away 18 hours of those days, right? Like, you have 24 hours. No. If you work 8 hours a day, and then you take out another 8 hours, you have 6 hours to do all your stuff. But guess what? You have other things you have to do in those 6 hours. You got laundry you got to do. Maybe you got to do dishes. Maybe you got to cook dinner. Maybe you got to take a shower. Maybe you got to shower and shave. Maybe you got to do other things, right? Right? And so it's not 24 hours. It's more like 6. 6 hours to do 6 hours to do whatever. And it's not really 6 hours to do whatever, because you got dinner, you got all these other things to do, you know. If you're a parent, you got other things you have to do. So let's just scrap away 4 of those hours. Okay, let's put it this way. Like, what if let's just say that you're like hyper effective, hyper efficient. You might be able to get back. You might be able to have 4 hours of free time to do your painting or to do whatever. But man, if you're tired, get out of here, man. Get out of here. It's hard, man. It's like it's hard. But then you hear like these. Oh man, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was thinking about this, man. I was thinking, man, I gotta do this video, but I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed. And then I thought to myself, well, if David Goggins can run like a gazillion miles without sleep, and here I am complaining about spending like 30 minutes of my time drawing, I gotta do some self-reflection here, you know. But you know, there is some truth to it, right? If you have you really only have like 6 to 4 hours, maybe, to do those things, right? It makes it very difficult. And as I said earlier, like, you know, a lot of people right now, man, like literally the economy is so bad, man. You got to work like so much more. I'm working more than I have ever worked in my life, and I feel like I have less, right? I'm working more than I've ever had worked, and I feel like I have less. Like, all my friends are like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I'm working, dude. I'm working. It's like, I'm working more than I ever had worked in my life, and I have less, man. It's kind of sad, man. It sucks. It sucks. But anyways, I'm kind of ranting about stuff. But all I'm saying is I'm gonna get my studio back. My studio's going to be back in fighting shape, and I'm gonna be making some paintings and all that fun stuff, and really excited about that. And that's gonna be cool because I feel like I have some sort of control, some sort of control in something. I think I'm done. I've done a few drawings. I think I'm done. I think I've done enough. I think I could check off that item off my checklist, off my to-do list, and call it a day. Anyways, you all rock. It is time to end this video right now. Take care, friends. Cheers.